Hello. Okay, so today I always take kind of a day out from our notes to kind of put together everything that you have learned so far, okay, up to this point to you becoming a historian and an anthropologist and an archaeologist, okay, with a true story to try and figure out what you think happened. Make sense? So, we just looked yesterday or whatever it was at how people were living in the Paleolithic period. Hunter gathering nomads. They're roaming around following animals, basically. Okay? The dogs are playing again. And then we have something happen, the discovery of farming. As the ice age melts away and people see like ground now and no more snow, the Neolithic Revolution. Girls, the beginning of farming. Okay? That leads to the domestication of animals and staying in one place, which will lead to the creation of civilizations. Okay, we also looked at Miss Lucy. So far, the oldest human that has been found to date. Okie dokie? Okay. In the 1990s, yes, I got the date right. Yours truly was in high school. Yep. I'm a 90s girl. Generation X, that was me. Yeah. And in the 1990s, something happened. Here. Oh, here. Right here. If we look at this on this map up here, you're looking at the Alps. Right here. Okay. It was right on the border between Austria and Italy, where what happened. Specifically here. Somewhere in here. I don't know. Right here. Okay. It's two German hikers. They're just hiking up these mountains. Talking, hanging out, playing, whatever they're doing, I don't know. And then they look down. Say, hey, do you see that? What is that? No, I'm just playing. I don't know where it is on this mountain. I just know this is the mountain. What is it that they saw? Oh, shoot. Okay, if I'm walking just a normal hike, dogs are so freaking cute. If I'm walking on a hike and I look down and I see somebody's skull and I see his shoulder blades and his spine and his other shoulder blade and an arm, I'm going the other way. I'm leaving. Well, these guys did too. I have like every animal in the room with me right now, and right here, wait, right here. The cat was just here. Rewind it, and you'll see the cat. I promise. I swear. Freaking animals. I gotta go home just so I can have some calmness because I'm in Dallas. Okay, that being said, if I look down and see this, I'm going the other way. And that's what they did. They went down the mountain and they went to the authorities and they said, dude, there's a dead guy up there in the mountains. The authorities go up to the mountains. Yeah. They take one look at this and say, oh, shoot. It's not the police that need to be called. It's a historian and an archaeologist and an anthropologist. How can you look at that and tell that you need a historian? See, the two German guys that saw him just thought he was a hiker that died up there. So they went down and reported him to the police. The police went up there to get a hiker. They took one look at this and said, that ain't no hiker. How can you tell that is no hiker? See, there's something very obvious that gives it away. But it's always not quite so obvious in class whenever I ask you guys to look at it. Sophie! It always takes us a while to get to it. Kids are always like, I don't know what I'm looking at. What are we missing? It's so basic. What is wrong with this? Other than the fact that it's a dead dude, face down in the snow. He's naked. I see. He's naked. What guy goes hiking naked? Nobody. Not up here. Hmm. That's what they were looking at. You can tell a little bit better. Here's his head. His arm is in front of him this way, and another arm here. You see his spine coming down. There's his booty. Okay. And of course, his legs are back here. They took one look at him and said, oh, yeah. We need a team of archaeologists up here, please. I love this picture because you can see size. Oh my gosh, it's a child! No, it's not. Kids always freak out. Miss, why are you showing us a dead kid? It's not a dead kid. I'm gonna scoot up. Okay. Part of the reason he looks so little is because it's like a raisin. He's not, like, he doesn't have any moisture in his skin anymore. That's part of it. Part of it is we human beings are getting taller as a people. This was found around him. All of these, some of them, I know it's kind of a blurry picture, sorry. Some of them that actually still have arrowheads on them, some of them don't. And then a quiver. Arrows. Look at some more of the artifacts that were found with him. That's really quite beautiful. It's a stone dagger with a sheath. That's what the dagger sits in so that it doesn't cut you. Very smart. It's got its own sheath. It's made out of wood, twine, and then of course you have the arrowhead. This would have been pointy back then. It's really quite beautiful. Here, we have a reconstruction of what his shoe was like. There's only like pieces of his shoe, I believe. That's a reconstruction of what his shoe would have been like. You gonna wear those? I wonder if those would be allowed at school. Or would they be considered house shoes? Slippers? I don't know. This is gorgeous. This is his, ooh, dang, I can't remember now if it's copper or bronze. I don't think he's Bronze Age. I don't want to look it up yet. I can't remember now. I don't think he's Bronze Age, but I could be wrong. I think he's Copper Age. I'm looking at something real fast because I have like a list. Oh, it doesn't say. It just says his axe. Copper. Found it. Hand axe made of copper. That's what I was thinking, was that we're not in the Bronze Age yet. This right here, copper. Okay, so they are working with some metals now. Okay, you also see like the twine going around, and then this, that is a beautifully polished piece of wood. This is a gorgeous axe. Beautiful axe. And he had two, not two axes. He had one axe, but he had two of these right here. So that like if this got too, I don't know, dull or whatever, he could switch it out. Here's a lot more of his artifacts, things that were found with him, tools and stuff. This is what I was telling you about the shoe. We don't really have the whole thing. So what you saw is like a reconstruction of his shoe. This right here, this is part of his pants leg. Part of his pants leg. Some more of his tools. I love his hat. Look at his hat. Where'd my arrow go? There we go. It's so cute. Look at it. Little hat. These are right here. These are pieces of his coat. You'll be able to see it better in a minute. These are all just tools and things. There's this quiver again over here. Rope. He had a lot of rope with him. This rope. Here's another picture. You can see his hat again here. And this right here shows you how his coat, like most of it's gone. I mean, it's gone. But here you can see how his pants would have been and his shirt up here. And people didn't really, I mean, he's obviously old, yeah? I mean, if nothing else, that tells us right there. But he's obviously old. What do we call him? Call him Bob? Call him the dead guy on the mountain? They named him, let's see. Looks like this. You don't have to write it down unless you want to. I'll just do it right here. Ötzi the Iceman. Technically, there are two dots over the O, two umlauts, those dots over the O. Ötzi, it's not Otzi. Ötzi the Iceman. It's because of the specific mountains he was in. Yes, it's the Alps, but it's like the, I don't remember exactly, the Ötztal or something mountains, something like that. But anyway, that's where they got the name Ötzi, Ötzi the Iceman. So now we can refer to him as Ötzi and not just the dead guy up on the mountain. And we start looking at him. So these are artifacts, right? Then we start looking at his body as well. Ugh! Okay, it's actually really cool. His body has told us so much. It's really cool. First of all, there's some stuff that it's just not right. Like this. What the heck? You can't do that. And every year, as soon as I say that in class, every kid is like trying to do this. Miss, I can do it. No, no, no. There can't, like, this has to be flat against your body. It is flat. It is. No, sweet angels. Flat against you. Guys, that's not normal. The reason his arm is flat that way is because of the way it was found. Look. If we go back and look at this, this works. This is fine. Either picture's fine. Look. This right here, okay, he died with his arm under him, right? But see, he used to be in between two glaciers of ice. So like glacier, the Kleenex is Ötzi, yeah. Glacier, yes. And both glaciers were moving opposite directions. So this glacier was moving this way, this glacier was moving this way, and Ötzi's kind of stuck. And so as they're moving different directions, his arm is moving with it and being flattened out. Really, truly, that's it. Freya, are you okay? She just came in and just stared at me. So that's why his arm is like that. Like I said, that's not right. That's not normal. That's not how we work. But that's why he's so like flattened like that. Kids always ask about his body. The color of his body, you see like the discoloration here. Part of it is starting decomposition, but he's a frozen mummy. So he may have started to decompose, but then he froze. And you've all seen like meat in the freezer that has freezer burn. I'm not being rude, but it looks weird. You have these striations, these lines. It's like freezer burn, frostbite, if you will, the discoloration. He wasn't burned like fire, and that's what some kids are like, oh, he was set on fire. Mm-mm. No, think of it like freezer burn, frostbite, that kind of thing. He was frozen. He's a frozen mummy. He's an accidental mummy. Okay. His eyes are gone. They did decompose. You see his stomach here, it's all sunken in. Guys, there's no moisture in him anymore. I'm squishy because there's moisture, in fact, but there's moisture. Yeah? There's no moisture in him. It's like a raisin. If you take a grape and it's all squishy versus a raisin, there's no squish in the raisin. None. I'm the grape, he's the raisin. Okay? Here's some other pictures of his body. Okay. His eyes started to decompose out. His nose started to decompose, but this right here, you see how his lip goes up? Kind of in the same direction as his arm moved. You see that? Again, it's because of the glacier that he was on, moving him. It's so cool to think about this. Guys, just stop for a minute and look at Ötzi. You are looking at a real human being. Real. I don't know right off the top of my head. $31,000 BC. 3100 BC. When we get to the first civilization in our next unit, this is older than that. Like, I don't, like, I feel like I've lived forever and I'm only 42. And you guys, I'm sure you feel like you've lived forever too. And you're like, I'm only 16 years old. Yeah. Can you really understand 3100 BC? Guys, that was 3,000 years in BC time. We're in 2000. That's 5,000 years ago. You are looking at a man who lived 5,000 years ago, and you're able to look in his face and see him. That's so cool, and he really is quite beautifully preserved. It's really cool. There's his hand. Look at his hand. Again, it's all raisiny. It's not, you can't do this. If you do this with his skin like I'm doing, it'll break. It'll break. It's like if you put toast in the toaster oven or whatever, however you make toast from bread. The bread is squishy, but if you burn the toast, it'll just break, okay, because there's no moisture in it anymore. Same type idea. There's his hand, his actual hand. And check this out. Do you see it? What is that? I've had some kids in the past that are like, it's rope. He was tied up. No. No. It's a tattoo. 5,000 years ago. He did the same thing I did. Sort of. I believe this is his leg. It's a tattoo. That wasn't written on with Sharpie. It's a tattoo. Look at his back. I can't move it. I'm sorry. Here, I'll just move me. Look. A set of 4 lines, a set of 3 lines, a set of 3 lines. What could it mean? There's some dots here. We don't know what it means, guys. We don't know. But he has like 60 something tattoos. In fact, here are some other ones so that you can see them. Most of them are lines. You do see the pluses. And there are some dots. Let me move me again. You see the lines and then you see the dots. What do they mean? I don't know. I'm sure it meant something to him. This is how Ötzi is kept. Guys, you have to keep him cold, frozen. Scientists, whenever they like look at Ötzi the Iceman, I thought I had pictures of it. Maybe I don't, but I thought I did. I do. Here we go. When you study Ötzi, you can only study him for like, I don't know, 30 minutes or an hour or whatever at a time. And they have to keep it cold because he will start to decompose. Look at him. It's a real human being from 5,000 years ago. You're like, what are they doing? Probably searching, I don't know, maybe stomach contents. Dang, I should have kept out that piece of paper that I had. This piece of paper that I have, I usually will put it under the document camera for y'all so you can see. Okay, here it is. Some of the stuff that they have discovered. It's this right here. But so they have found pollen and berries in his stomach. And there was some kind of, I thought there was some kind of meat, like jerky type, but I don't remember. Clothes and tools, a cut on his right hand that had already started to heal, so that is not cause of death, okay? Broken ribs that had already started to heal, so that was not cause of death. A depression in his skull from behind. But it wasn't cause of death. And a 1 centimeter arrow wound in his left shoulder blade. Shot at an upward angle, it cut a gash in his left subclavian artery, causing him to bleed out. You're like, what? I actually just showed it to you, and you probably didn't even notice. Remember this picture? You're looking at his back, okay? If I were to turn this picture this way, like this, there's his booty down here, here's his shoulder up here. You see this right here? You're like, yeah, but I don't think I'm looking at anything. You are, but you don't know it. Look. This right here is pointing a really, really skinny thing into a hole in his back. Hit his, what is it, subclavian artery? I don't even know what that is. I just know artery is bad news, man. If you hit an artery, you're going to bleed out. Sorry. He also has this depression in his skull. He had gotten in a fight and had broken ribs previous, and he has a cut on his hand previous. So something's happening. We don't know what it is. I don't know. Something's happening with poor Ötzi. There are so many theories, it's not even funny. Okay. Some theories suggest that with all of the stuff that he has, okay, and with this, the what is it? The beautiful nature. There's a word for it, but I can't think of what it is. How well made this is, and this. There's some people who think maybe he was an artisan. Maybe he made weapons and tools and stuff. Maybe. There's some people who think, maybe he stole that and people were looking, okay, maybe, but if he was killed because of a burglary situation, why didn't they take his stuff? I don't know. Maybe people killed him because they were looking for something specific. I don't know. Maybe people killed him because he wasn't welcome in whatever village he was in at that point. Maybe, I mean, guys, we don't know. What we do know is that he had some issues shortly before he died with somebody. Okay, he got into some kind of fight. And then he was shot in the back. And then he had some kind of depression in his head. Some say from a rock being hit in the head. Some say when he fell, he may have hit his head. That's the hole. Here's the theory. One of the many. This right here is Ötzi. Okay, there's his axe. He's going up this mountain, right? And he gets shot. Shot from below. Now we do know that the angle of the arrow that's in him, it does go up. So he is shot from farther down the mountain. And then this is the theory about how he finally died. Laying this way. There are some people too that with his arms outstretched, the way he was just thrown down, there are some people who also say that was a body dump, man. Somebody dragged his body, took his big coat and everything, and dumped him. Again, that's where the theory that maybe he stole something and maybe whoever killed him was looking for something specific because his stuff is all just kind of thrown around. Do you see what historians, archaeologists, and anthropologists do? The archaeologist looks at the stuff. The anthropologist looks at mostly the body. And then they all come together, share everything that they know, and they create a story. Guys, it's all theory. All of it is theory. We don't know who this guy is. We don't know. Maybe he wasn't in the wrong. Maybe somebody robbed him and somebody was being mean to him. We don't know. Who knows? Regardless, 5,000 years later, we can see his face. Because you know what? There's this really cool technology that I'm going to show you more often than just now. Where if you have a skull, or in this case, like a whole body, preserved well enough, okay, you can put the skull's dimensions and everything, like it can be scanned, and it goes into some kind of computer thing. And what they can do is the program can add on to the skull. So it can put like all of the veins and muscles and stuff needed. And then it can put the squishy back in. And it can put like where you see the hair follicles and stuff, you can put it on there. Guys, it's all computer generated, and could it be wrong? Yes. We're guessing at things like hair color and stuff, okay? But we can actually see what some of these people may have looked like. It's really cool. And Otzi's the first one I'm going to show you. I will show you Tutankhamun. I will show you Ramses II. If we have time, I'll show you Julius Caesar. If we have time, I'll show you Napoleon Bonaparte. Like, we can do this with skulls and stuff. It's really cool, man. And it really does let you see what they might have really looked like. Not from this, not from a body that has all of its squishy out of it. Are you ready to see Ötzi for real? I think it's so cool to be able to do this. These are real human beings who really lived. Age. Ötzi was in his 40s, I think. 45. That's what I thought. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm 42. I mean, I definitely have some bags around my eyes. Definitely gained weight as I've gotten older. I don't think I look old. I mean, I do have some gray hairs that I notice every now and then, every time I dye my hair. Just right around here. I mean, I don't think I look old. Ötzi was 45. I'm 42, so you can kind of get a, like, I don't know, comparison. Okay? Are you ready to see Ötzi? Why do I have two things open? That's weird. You ready? I know what you all just did. Ugh! Because that's what happens. That's Ötzi the Iceman. It's so cool. He would have been Neolithic, copper age. Again, we're kind of guessing about some of the hair color and stuff, just based on what other people in the area have been found. You don't see a lot of blue eyes this early in history, so we're guessing. Isn't that amazing? And isn't it horrifying? I'm 42, you guys. Again, I know I don't look, like a spring chicken. But I don't think I look that old. Do you see what sun does to you? And what no sun does to you? You're like, yes, miss, you look like a ghost. I know, good, I'm glad. Want to see the rest of his body? Because see, he's so well preserved, we can see more than just his head. Kids again every year. Like I can hear them in my head. Ugh! There he is. There's Leslie. There we go. This looks like a little happy man. You see one of his tattoos right there. Pretty cool, I think. I don't know. I think it's awesome. He was fairly short. I wasn't joking earlier when I said that we as a people are getting taller. I was wondering if it said it right there. It doesn't. No way. Museum tour of Ötzi, April 9th, 2020. His body is touring? Cool. Um, I don't remember. How tall was. I think he's just a little over 5 foot. Okay, I'm 5'2". That is a lie. I'm such a liar. I'm 5 foot. So I'm a little hobbit. Y'all see me? You've stood up against me. So he's 5'2". So he's barely taller than me. But isn't that cool that you can like see someone from 5 1,000 years ago, maybe one day somebody will dig you up and they will see you. And don't you wonder what artifacts will be around you? Don't you wonder, like if you could bury yourself with 5 things that would tell people what you're all about, what would those 5 things be? Think about that for a second. What would those 5 things be that would tell people what you were all about? It's interesting to think about. And now think about this. Would any of those 5 things lead them astray? Like if you bury yourself with your, I don't know, your favorite Harry Potter book. This must be what she worshipped. No, it's just what I like. Could it lead him astray? Could it lead him to think something different than truth? I don't know. It's so cool to think about that. So cool. I want to be buried with all kinds of stuff. Not because I think I can take it with me and everything, just because it'll help historians later when they dig me up. See? I'm doing my part for history. Yeah. All right. That's the Stellus. You have seen a little bit about like what anthropologists and archaeologists and everything do and how they all kind of come together to like figure things out. And we're building a civilization tomorrow, sweet angels. See? Boom. Civilization. Yeah.